All right, here we go. Week 3, reading through the New Testament together here at Union Hill Baptist Church, and I hope that you were excited as we continue to dive into the book of Matthew. And here today, Matthew chapter 11, we just want to call this thought a resting relationship. That's what I want to call this thought for today, just for the next few moments as we think about that. You know, often when we serve God, we become worn down. And we do this because we get so busy doing deeds and works that are good, but rather we never take moments to rest and refresh our lives in serving Him in faithfulness. You know, in Matthew chapter 11, John the Baptist deals with this moment of doubt concerning who Jesus is. And the issue is truly based on how he views faithfulness and genuine obedience. And so it's really based on a works-based belief. And yet Jesus here is going to provide a summation for us of His desires. He spoke of the burden coming to Him and the finding of rest. And so in Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 and 30, we recognize that He calls us to experience Him for true rest. And so maybe today you see the truth of the burden of religion. And what we're talking about is the burden of religion is when we try to live right to find the favor of God. And the burden of religion when we're so busy doing religion that we are missing Jesus. In fact, Jesus says, "Come to me, all ye are heavy burdened," and we see that here. And so remember, when we approach religion that we can earn the favor of God, this approach is attempting to follow God's law instead of His word, then we find ourselves often burdened and worn down and struggling to keep our head afloat. But rather He calls us to a resting relationship. Notice the difference. Yes, we are called to serve. Yes, we must minister for the cross. Yes, we must obey God's calling. No, we must not sit idle, but we find rest in our relationship with Jesus. We're not trying to earn His favor, but we're serving because we are favored because we're His. We're resting means that He's invited us who are trapped in the weariness of religion to sprint to Him and to rest and find hope in Him. So let me ask you a question. Are you weary in serving Jesus because you're not resting in His relationship? Maybe today you need to think about what and how can I rest in His relationship to carry out the things I'm doing so that I do not become worn down by the presence of religion, but I am rejuvenated and I am resting in a relationship with Christ. As you read Matthew 11, just ask yourself the question, am I at rest or do I need to cast off my burden?